Remember when white people made fun of the Chinese for wearing masks in airports and basically everywhere? Yeah. Hello everyone, in case you don't know me, my name is Layray and this is my channel. So today I want to talk to you yet again about Corona, the star of the moment, the source of inspiration for many to all of a sudden start spreading love and positivity, or to just shit yourself about what's going to happen in the future. It's time to spread love and be kind to one another. I know how hard it must be for people to be stuck at home. I know because I'm stuck in my multi-million-dollar mansion myself. Well, I just lost my job and I have pretty much no idea where I'm going or how I'm going to handle this crisis. Luckily, this virus doesn't see race, religion, or even celebrity status, so it might kill a member of your family or it might just take Sam Smith. Just what we needed. A quiet, unpredictable, hard to eradicate terrorist. Do you miss ISIS already? So let's take a little look at how this seems to have started. COVID reportedly started on December 2019 in the city of Wuhan, China. It quickly started spreading as the World Health Organization was alerted on a pneumonia-causing illness on December 31st. So when everybody was pretty much like, woo, the roaring 20s are starting! New decade, new me! Wuhan was in deep shit. But really, it was okay because it hadn't affected white people yet. Oh my god, have you heard about this virus? Oh, it's in China. Okay, whatever. Of course, as we all know by now, it didn't take long for it to spread, and there was some beef about who started it when the president of the United States was like, Chinese virus, Chinese virus, Chinese virus. Of course, every politically correct person was like, you can't say that. That's offensive to Chinese people, and China, and people in China. You know why Trump is throwing shade at China? Because this is actually an economic war between the US and China. We want to be the world's leading economy. No, we want to be the world's leading economy. No, this virus no come from us. This America soldier bring here. We always been eating bat and cat and dog, and this no happen. This America bring here. This no Chinese. Also true, not just in China, but in all of Asia. These people have been eating all sorts of animals for ages. I lived in Vietnam for a while, and there was a dog meat stand just outside my school. Do not compare the Chinese to the Vietnamese. They get really mad when you do that, and actually they're not the same at all. When the Vietnamese are faced with a threat, they basically always kick ass. So yeah, in most of Asia, they've been eating all kinds of animals for ages, and there were no animal-caused pandemics until recently. Maybe that's because when you cook up an animal in a kitchen, it's not as bad as when you cook it up in a lab. Both are terrible for the animal. Calm down, vegans. It has been said that this all started with sketchy experiments performed in a Chinese lab. From what we're told, this originated there, but somehow the spread of the virus went from a specific area of China to mostly Europe. I'm not explicitly saying that this was something intended, but it's definitely strange. I'm in Spain myself, in Barcelona. Whether you think that Barcelona is in Spain or in Catalonia, that's not what I'm here for today. I can talk about that drama in another video. So having been in Barcelona for this whole time, I can tell you that here, people heard when Italy was starting to be in deep shit. Still, in those moments, the Spanish media was like, this is an exaggeration. This is like the flu. Everything we have under control. No problem. The Spanish health system is the better system of all the world. So yeah, the Spanish public health system is struggling right now. But hey, at least it's better to know that no matter your financial situation, you'll still get medical attention if you get sick. Excuse me, ma'am, $3,000 for a corona test? Well, I guess I'll just use the gun I purchased legally to shoot myself. Italy was the first European country to get hit bad by COVID, and even when they were already shutting down cities, that didn't stop Spain from turning its back on the situation and be like, we're still going to celebrate International Women's Day and encourage our citizens to march for women's rights, regardless of what's going on in Italy. I want to talk about feminism in another video. On the 8th of March, Italy was already shutting down cities, but flights were still coming in and out. Why? In spite of the state Italy was in during the month of March, Spain has still managed to become #1 in death tolls for coronavirus. We would have had time to not let it get so bad. And because the European Union is not as united as it once was, Now countries have to watch out for themselves.
If we have a 1 million mask, this mask will only be available for our people.
But in general, since it's gotten so bad, most European countries have been pretty serious about lockdown and social distancing. Meanwhile, there's no point in society to stop functioning just because a few old people are dying. No one cares. We just want to get outside and enjoy the sun. No one cares about a few old rags. This virus shall choose whoever deserves it. During this crisis, Italy has been blessed with the solidarity of countries such as Cuba. Solidarity? No, not solidarity. These so-called volunteer doctors are paid for their help. But get this, the Cuban government keeps 75% of their salaries. Let me repeat that. 75% of their salaries. Cuba claims to have the pandemic totally under control and that they've given out 9 million COVID tests. That's almost the entire Cuban population. A country where supermarkets are nearly empty, where there's no medicine in pharmacies, and where hospital patients have to bring in their own food and sheets. Ugh. Communism works! No. Speaking of solidarity, it's amazing to see most countries turning their back on each other, and yet China is there like, we're providing masks for everybody. Do you think China is doing this solely out of solidarity? No! China is doing this as a self-beneficial strategy that will ultimately result in the division of Western countries. Now that basically everybody's on their own and the US is minding its own business, China's all like, oh, don't worry, we'll help you now because we know you have no friends. But they're not doing this for free. The day will come when China will be like, hey, remember us? We helped you during the coronavirus. Now, do you want to use some 5G? do you want to use some 5G? And to all the people saying, we will get through this, we will get through this, we will get through this, of course we will get through this. Humanity has gotten through so much shit before, and for sure other things will happen after this, good and bad. Mostly bad. Will we come out stronger and have better hygiene habits in the future? Will we watch over our neighbors and be more caring for one another? No. Maybe someone who has been more affected by this will gain personal growth, but mostly society, no. It will still be bad. So even if society is shit, try not to be an asshole. Bye! No.